Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. To the Laguna Beach Lawn Bowling Club in Laguna Beach, California, to the Laguna Beach Women's Open Pairs. We're switching over. We're trying our setup for the national championships, so we are switched away from one rink because we've got two rinks set up. So we're using this as like a trial balloon to see what we can do here. So we're still kind of finagling the cameras, but we have been showing rink 7, which was where we're parked in front of, and now we're going to be showing rink 6. And the game will be between Benson and Joan Robbins versus Doreen Hall and Jane Blair. And both of those teams have not had the best of it as yet, but we're still trying to get our cameras finalized here. So just kind of bear with us for a bit. So they're still finishing up their trial. So while they're doing that, we're still trying to get our cameras kind of configured. We're also right behind the other game that I'll try and keep an eye on between Mary Speece and Melanie Visner and Dee McSparron and Linda Roberts. So they're just about getting ready to start that game. And as you can see, the ladies here are crossing over. We might have things close now. And this team is going to be broadcasting from here the national championships in late October. So we're trying some setups here as a trial balloon to see how we can get this working. So you can see this is Doreen on the mat here right now. So she's just finishing up the last of her trials. Trials are done, and we're about ready to get underway here. Okay, so Robbins and Benson will have the mat first. So Joan is just rolling the jack. Again, if you're new here, we always have the mat where everybody starts to play from, and they roll the jack. Both of them have to be centered, part of the strategy is where to place those and what kind of distance. Are you going to go long, short, medium, what have you? So they've decided to kind of go on the shorter side, but then they communicate with each other to put it in the center. So they've done that, and now Joan's rolling her first bull. A little short and narrow there. So this is Jane Blair on the mat.
The camera itself is aligned pretty well and it's controllable.
A little heavy by Jane there, but not wasted. All right, small adjustment made by Joan here. And just a little short and narrow again. You're much better off being behind. All right, Jane just wants to take a couple yards off here. Yeah, better bull there by Jane. All right, here's Joan. Really wants to try and get back to where Jane's bull is, that back blue one here. Really wants to target that bull. Doreen kind of crashing on through, even though she was holding, but I think they're still holding. Sent the Inger over to the other side, but it's now a pretty open draw from that side. Should push that one through. I think Jane will give intel. Hopefully we get an idea. Yeah. John said they're 2 down now. And Doreen was kind of crashing through the head. It kind of didn't kind of turned it over in the wrong way. Yeah, just way too heavy. Need to be on the draw there. Need down a couple. And Inger can just go ahead and draw and she'd be fine. Yeah, nice bull there by Inger. Now it's could be 3 now. Now being 3 down now, Doreen's got no problem with coming through with a little bit of weight. See if she can hit jack or bull. I don't want to hit those. Might have knocked another one in. All right, one for sure. Now they're looking at the others. Right now they're trying to find out which one's closer, but the challenge is that that one bull is kind of in the way of what might be the closer one. So if they take it as a counter, then they're... Yeah, so there's 3 out now. They're seeing about the 5th, and this is the one I think they thought was the measure beforehand. Five on the first end. Wow. So 5 for Inger and Joan. Yeah, just again a good example of how weight control is so important. It's, Jane was holding the couple to start that, and just kind of Doreen a little heavy and just kind of blast everything away. So unfortunate. And then Inger capitalized. So, but 5-0 after the first end. Huge end for Benson and Robbins. All right, still now working on our other cameras now. Looks like we got our jack set here, and we got our camera set here. We got Steve Nermontes and Gary Barnes next to me frantically trying to get this setup working. So Joan kind of missed her line there. Weight's pretty good. They're going to check it and see if it's in. Again, if you're new, they have the defining lines on the green that kind of separate the lanes, like bowling alley say. There's little markers on each one of the rinks. And you can just make it out. I think it's here and here. You look in there and just in the middle of it, you can see the rink boundary. So I guess they've ruled that that one's in. So all right, so here's Jane. Good line, a couple yards through. All right, so if Joan can get on her line, good weight. So I think this is trying to come in. Yeah, good weight again. Jane, nice adjustment here by Jane. That's a great bowl there. Might be holding. You like to see, first bowl behind, the second bowl and adjustments. Nothing wrong with that. Jones had good weight, just needs to tighten it up. Made good adjustments herself on the first one. From her first to her second, coming to her third, just once inside that bowl. Just didn't quite get it. Still pretty good home. Jane's probably holding. Probably doesn't want to do much different. Just do the same, something similar. And another good ball by Jane. Again, two good ends for Jane Blair. Unfortunately, it didn't translate to any points on the last end. See what happens this time. I mean, you got to feel good when you're putting a lot of bowls in the head, though. So Inger should be up first. Probably with this bowl here and this jack. She just, unless she really loves that hand, but I don't think she does. It's too early. She's just going to draw here on this right hand. Yeah, pretty good shot there, right off the bat. All right, here's Doreen trying to retake the head. Just again, really heavy. I prefer more of a controlled weight through, but she still got this one for second, so. Interesting that Inger could go this way if she wanted to get, she's got her own, but here's the danger. You don't want to move the jack over there. Don't want to come heavy. Gonna get away with it, but you really don't want to come across this center line and move the jack over to this pool. All right, there's Doreen again. Just really, really heavy. I mean, her line isn't bad, just really heavy. She should have like this kind of weight. Doreen should be at most there, so she can get the jack of bull and try and bring it into the spot. And Inger's switching over herself. She's kind of heavy too. So still just the one down. Doreen on the mat. See if she could turn this over. There's a 2 or 3 there she could make if she gets it right. I don't think so. So just one. One more for Benson and Robbins. With a great first bowl by Inger there. Cut it to make it 6-0 after 2 ends. Playing 10 ends here of 3 bowl pairs. We're going to beach women. see the comes up all the time. I see the value of the back bowls as opposed to going being short. Oops, we'll try the jack again. So Joan didn't throw a legal jack, so when that happens, again, if you're unfamiliar, if you don't throw a legal jack, whether you roll it out of bounds or in the ditch or too short, then your opponents get to set the mat and roll the jack themselves, but you still go first. All right. Not a bad ball by Joan, that's all right. A little far for Jane. A couple yards behind. Joan looking to probably add a yard. A little more grass wouldn't hurt either. Not bad. Still a couple feet. Jane's 3 yards through. Jane. Looks like she's taking the 3 yards off. That's a pretty good shot there. Good ball by Jane Blair. Now, Joan can free the swing. She doesn't necessarily have to switch, but she's going to. She could either promote her own or try and get to the Jane's ball. I don't know if I would have switched with where it is. I mean, it's just in front. She could have played it again, played through it, and instead she's come up short. So Jane's just trying to do something similar. She's already got a back ball. And I think ideally you want to be here. You just play it through your own ball and finish behind. If you happen to hit to your hone, so be it. But you don't want to try and fine tune it. If anything, no shorter than the last. Yeah, that's okay. Good weight. See what, pretty sure that Jane's got the shot with this ball. Just again with the angle, I'm not sure. I'm seeing what you're saying. I think Inger's got the plan. I think she's going to try and play that same hand that Joan played and try to promote those bowls or get to the jack if she can. she just kind of sailed through. Doreen just trying to add another one. Yeah, pretty good bowl there. Promoted that one nicely. Probably should be 2 now. Might be asking her to switch. Yeah, I think that's the thought now. With that one kind of out of the way, you don't really have the payoff for the promotion. So she's probably, instead of trying to go through and do this, she's just trying to come on and use either one of these bowls. Even if she can hit the inside half of that bowl, that'll help too. A little unlucky. Don't mind that, because any, with this kind of weight, hitting any of these bowls would be helpful. Even that, again, if you hit the inside half of this and have it come back around is good. All right, here's Doreen trying to add one here. Wants to hit the inside of that bowl, if anything. Oh, that's well done, Doreen. Very nicely done there. Good control. All right, here's Inger, 3 down. To find this gap, anything between these 2 lines would be good here. Gus, good effort. What a bowl. Oh, good bowl there. Wow, Jane's having a look. I think there's one more for Doreen. I think Doreen's saying that they're holding one. Yeah, that one's shot. A little bit of danger. You don't want to come crashing through the head like she kind of done on the first end. You don't want to move this out. Just want to kind of arrive on it, and you don't want any jack movement. Easy here, Tiger. I don't know if that flopped in or not. Not bad. I don't mind it. Staying high. Again, you didn't want to come across center line. Anything on this side was good for her. Okay, 1 out for sure. So Doreen and Jane will get on the board, and they're going to measure the second one. Not sure what the debate is about. If you're not sure, measure it. Maybe I'm missing something. Yeah, they're just trying to figure out which ones to measure against. But two it is. So 2 for Doreen and Jane. We'll cut into the lead, making it 7-2 after 4. All right, so 7-2 now. As I said, playing the 5th end. So it looks like Doreen's setting up kind of short. All right. Next set, here we go. A little short, about a yard short for Jane, so. Alright, here's Joan. See Joan trying to be drawn behind here. I see both these ladies do that. Yeah. I think yard short there, so Jane's probably about 2 yards short. Jane's undeterred by that bull there. Some people would switch because they're worried about pushing it closer, but she's got her own bull on the way here on this side, so she's just trying to play through it, and hopefully she can get around it. Anywhere in this area is good. Nice adjustment here by Jane. And I like that she took extra grass to make sure that she didn't touch this bull. And so she's further away, but that's okay, and she had good weight. Now she can adjust further if she wants to try and fine tune it, get a little closer in the next one. Joan really wants to try and play through her own, trying to finish in here. Yeah, just again, it's just, you're kind of hurting yourself by coming up a yard short. It's an interesting choice here, because now with 2 bulls on this side, you really got to thread the needle to get underneath, and alternative is you're pushing one in. Or she could switch over and try and push this up. See what she wants to do here. Yeah, she opted to switch over. So again, good draw weight. She hopefully will be underneath her own ball. Oh, just that was almost like promotion weight, like she was trying to hit her own ball all the way up with that weight. It's probably better served to just try, again, just to draw to here. If you hit your own, well. All right, Joan, again, back to trying to play through. Yeah, this is much better here by Joan. Much better bull there. That's really good. That's pretty good there. Much better position. Really, this is the kind of where you want your first bull and then to work off of it. Guess is it's, I mean, Inger's giving it a look. My guess is that's the shot there. So Inger's staying in the head, and Doreen's going to be up first. Here's Doreen. Again, she's trying to either promote that one or preferably come through and just draw. You can see there's got the line, a little chip on the jack. Oh, that's beautifully done. Beautifully done there. Again, Steve Narmontes all over the cameras. So you can see with that back ball there, and she just kind of drug the jack right on by. I mean, she could have drug it and kept the jack with her, but instead she chipped it, which worked out as well. Anything to hit it on that side is good. Now it's going to be up to Inger to try and draw to this off-center jack. At least these two shouldn't be in her way. She should be just coming around. Just whether she took enough grass. I think her weight's good. She was just narrow there. I managed to kind of fortunately push that one in for a second. Let's see what Doreen's going to do for an encore here now. Ideally, I think she'd be wanting to draw on this kind of clean hand. Yeah, this is nice too. Look at this bull. That's well done by Doreen. It's at least 2, maybe 3. I think Ginger played it well. She just needs more grass. I mean, her weight was pretty good because she hit this bull that was up here. So, and I think her weight was pretty good. It just needs the grass is all. There she goes. Is it going to turn in? She's going to stop. Yeah, it's a great effort though. Great effort. Just a touch. Just a touch too heavy. And the main thing for Doreen is she doesn't want to hit this side of the jack, if anything. She'd be better off coming to this bull. Because you don't want to hit this side of the jack and bring it over here. Better off coming to this bull here. It's okay. A little bit of a blank there, at least you know, short to do no harm. Didn't quite see how many was one or two. Finger can make it all the way. Not quite. All right, let's see. 2 it is. So 2 more for Doreen and Jane. Another good end. Some great bowls by Doreen, especially there. So it's now 7-4 at the halfway mark. This third game, we're going to be women's open pairs. Again, we've been playing Swiss style, which means that kind of they keep the winners play winners as the idea. People are playing each other of equal records. So at the end of the day, ideally you have the top 2 teams are playing each other for the championship. And center the jack. Here's Jane's first. Looks pretty good. Really good. That's a great bowl by Jane. Nice bowl. I mean, ideally you'd want to back touch her. That'd be perfect, but that's, you know, when are you going to complain about that? It's dead draw touch her. It's a great bowl. Joan should be deterred. Another reason for her to make sure she's here with this kind of weight. Playing it through. Yeah, that's a good bowl there. Good response by Joan. That's a nice bowl. Now it's, you know, as opposed to Jane just being able to, you know, go and go and go. Now she's got something to think about because she doesn't want to chip that jack over to her. Really, it's, I mean, if anything, Doreen should use this as a target. She should still be playing on that hand, but instead of going to the jack, she should really be playing to this bowl here. If she misses behind, that's good. If she hits it ideally, then she's got 2. But she doesn't want to hit the jack now. Again, I prefer, I mean, this is kind of the tendency. This, I think, with the advantage of this bowl, by having this there, kind of put a little thought in her head that she didn't want to be chipping the jack when really there's no excuse to be positive. And now Joan can just do it again, just maybe a little narrower and heavier, trying to hit this one of the 2, which she's, again, great weight control. That's exactly what you want by Joan. She just didn't get to the target. Jane really wants to come to this bowl either at or behind it because this is getting to be a bad situation here for them. And especially with 3 bowl pairs, you just cannot take a bowl off. You just don't have time to just draw blanks. Yeah, it's a little short. Again, you could, I mean, at least it's kind of in the way. I mean, it's going to make Joan think. I don't know if she's going to has a shot here. I I mean, it kind of kept her away from doing that shot because that one's probably right in that way. So she's coming across. Maybe just trying to put one here if she can. If she happens to hit it on this side, okay. I mean, the ideal from this hand is you're hitting the ball into the jack and chipping it over to herself. No, because this is what happens. She had a great ball. That's the problem with this hand. She had a great ball because she had no path to the jack. And she wasn't going to get the shot. So she just kind of trickled on the ball and the jack, and then this is the toucher now. I don't know if they're going to mark it. I don't know what they're looking at. But this one's a toucher. So again, here's a case of where, yes, Doreen and Jane are holding because they have the shot here, but they don't have anything behind the jack. This is very vulnerable position for them behind. They really want to have, I mean, Doreen probably, she could come either way, but I think this is better, trying to come to these balls. She can even hit her own up, would be okay, you know, hitting Jane's ball. And if she misses, getting one back here is good. Preferably not across the center line, though. Oof, she got away with it. Wow, that was that worked out really nicely. Great weight control. I mean, I think ideal with that weight, you'd want to be on the inside half of this bowl, or kind of coming or clean to this bowl here on the left. And she managed to come narrow, but luckily didn't get any jack movement and maybe put a second one in there. Finger's got some options. She might, I don't know if this one's in her way from the angle, but they could look at coming on this direction and seeing if she could either chip this ball out or bowl on bowl, or coming through and hitting the jack over to here. But I mean, essentially anything in here, or especially over here, is all theirs. I think she's come up a little narrow here. Yep, little short. And then again, you got another one over here on this side where it ended up. It wouldn't be terrible for Doreen to just pull it all the way in the back. It'd be okay here. I mean, they're holding probably 3. This is a really nice pull by Doreen. That's a great position. I like that a lot. I mean, it could be 3. I wouldn't put it past Anchor. She could try it again and come through. She could even just do the full weight and try and take some of these out, but I don't know if Inger's got that shot. This is pretty good. Inside half of that bowl is great. What a bowl. Oh, man. What a shot by Inger. Turn that head right over. That was well done. I mean, again, saw Doreen put this great bowl in, which is saving them. They'd be down for sure otherwise. Right now, I don't know if it's a measure or they're one down. They're looking at it. Doreen should absolutely, yeah, that's, as you can see her working, she should be playing this hand, trying to push this bowl. Because again, they have everything kind of behind. So she's probably better off playing this hand. And either, I mean, ideally, it's going to be hard for it to get to this bowl. You don't want to hit, you really don't want to hit the outside of this bowl and nudge this in any closer. You're better off hitting the blue into the white and getting it out. Any action kind of in this direction, trying to hit that blue bowl, I think is her target. Because I don't think she's going to get anything in the white because this black bowl is keeping the white bowl from escaping, let's say, and pushing it through. I think she's really looking to promote that blue one in front. And she's not far away. Oh, close. Very close. A nice effort. And they're looking at this again to see if they're holding it. It's kind of a dicey thing for Inger. She might want to toy with the idea of picking it up, but you got to know who's holding. Yeah, they decided to pick it up. Again, she was worried if she dragged the jack, if she comes through and dragged the jack, it would put it away. So it's going to be one more for Benson and Robbins to start the little mini streak. So they'll extend their lead 8-4 after 6. it's a little distracting to have this other match in front of me and just watch a D draw an absolute stunning bull while they're setting the jack here. So I'm trying to focus on my monitor. My producer, Gary, I'm trying to tell him, this is hard, sir. Yeah, okay, yeah, good. Filter me. Okay. Focus on TV. All right, here's Joan. Again, they're kind of going short, medium length here about. All right. Not a bad opener by Joan. I'd like to see that weight. I think she would prefer to be more on the center line, but it's all right. See what Jane can do. Yeah, a couple feet short at least. All right, see if Joan can make the slight correction here. Yeah, pretty good adjustment there. Pretty nice there. All right, Jane needs to add a yard. No grass wouldn't hurt either. See if Jane can make it. Looks like a good row, and is all the way there. Doreen's wishing it in. Doreen's wishing it in, trying to get every ounce out of it. Yeah, she liked it. Yep. Good bull by Jane to get shot. Here's Joan trying to come all the way around. There's nothing wrong with this. Decent position. All right, really like to see, again, they're a little right behind. So, and she's got no fear. She could just go ahead and hit this ball, hit the inside half of that ball, come all the way around. Ideally, you're thinking somewhere early in this zone here. Yeah, it's all right. Nothing wrong with that, Jane. Needed kind of a little vulnerable in the back, and you're holding one already, so. All right, here we go. There's Anchor. She's going to play on this, yep. Hopefully hitting the bull, the jack. She can afford to be positive, just down one. You can even see she could have hit that bull and just kind of tipped it up, and that might have been enough. I think a draw would be good on that hand, because you could probably come this way if you wanted to, but you want the inside half of this, and it's probably all right. Main thing you don't want to do is hit the outside and push it in. Both these ladies threw the same bull. Both of them, I think, were trying to draw, and they both did the same bull there. There There's Inger making her adjustment. Looks pretty good. Just a touch heavy for a draw weight. Or just, you know, again, with that weight, if she would have been just a little bit over here, that she would have been hitting one of these, which would have been good for her. So I don't mind the shot. All right, see if Doreen can get one in here. She's going to continue playing follow later with Inger. She looks good here. Great ball by Doreen. What a shot. Beautiful. Now 2 down. Inger could think about playing the other way. Depends on the angle. I mean, because you could play this the other hand, and you could, again, come off this pole, and it'll shoot into the head. And she's going to opt for doing it again. Again, just trying to, any piece of this, they do have this. That's what they trying. I'd be trying to get the jack to if I could, or just try and draw a close second. But it doesn't look like a lot of room. Oh, came up short is not what you want to do when you're 2 down. Well, now Doreen's got a choice here. She doesn't want to push anything up. Again, she could really play their hand, but it's got to be either under the orange on this hand. I don't think she can make it around. She maybe, or playing the other hand and coming off that white one and in. Main thing is she doesn't want to hit the outside of this white and roll it in backwards. But she didn't. Probably 2. They look like 2. Did you, any of you guys see a signal? Yeah, there it is. 2 from Jane. Okay, good. I didn't see it clearly from her. She was hooded, so that's a big leap. That really helps their cause. So down 6-8 now. 3 ends to go. 2 down. They've scored all 6 of their points in the last 4 ends. The 6-1 after spotting Inger and Jones. 7-0 after 3 ends. Now they've cut it, come all the way back to down 8-6. 3 ends to go. Again, we're kind of sticking in this kind of short medium where we've seen in the previous games. Seems like the ladies were really favoring kind of going long on the hole. The occasional medium length one, or a little bit more in the short medium here. Nice ball there by Jane. Great start. All right, but no problem should be for Joan. It's just, you know, again, drawing here, trying to get through. That should be the target idea. Definitely not short when you're down. And it's kind of a bigger target. Not bad. I mean, she's a yard short. I mean, it would be much more valuable here. Now Jane can try and beat her to it and see if she can just kind of tuck this jack around here. That's good. Another good ball by Jane. Holding 2. Again, would have preferred her being here, but it's, you know, it's second shot. But left Joan another opening. See if Joan can add like about a yard, 4 feet. Trying to get through everything. Even hitting the inside half of this ball is good. Yeah, there it is. Don't know if it trickled too far away, but still, it's a great ball. Opened up the window for their team. Still 1. So a good bowl by Joan. I think he'd be very happy with that. All right, Jane really kind of wants to, preferably, I think, get one behind. She's sticking with this hand, and ideally you'd want to be, I think, in this quadrant. I think it'd be good. Yeah, well, oh, it's dead. She just draws another. Really good. Really good. 2 down. Yeah, great bowls. All right, here's Joan again. Again, something similar would be good. Just kind of hung it out. Again, she would have been, you know, it's good to have this weight. That's nothing wrong with that, but, you know, on target and finishing in this zone here. All in all, 3 were really good bowls by Jane. And a nice little grouping here. I mean, you prefer the grouping to be here, but, you know, take what you can get. It's not bad at all. This one really is a helpful bowl here. Yeah, Doreen's trying to figure out what it is. All right, again, it's an interesting position here. Because I think ideally you'd want something just behind. And you don't want any jack movement here, but it's okay to promote your own. This kind of crosshead is not too bad. Actually worked out pretty well for Doreen there. So they're having a little consultation here. And they do have pretty good position. I don't know how much room there is to draw, but there's a lot of room to draw to just cut it to 1. So that's obviously an option. She could come heavy if she wanted to. I just haven't seen Inger do that. I don't know if Inger's got that shot to kind of chop some wood, so to speak, and just kind of blast, trying to get some kind of action to move things away, especially since you're controlling the back. Just tip that one in. That looked like draw weight to me. So I think Doreen here, probably she had really good weight control in the last one. So I think just maybe a touch more grass. I mean, she could always get all the way back here, which I think is what she's done. And nothing wrong with this at all. Nice little defensive play just in case. I mean, it's got to look bad for the mat because I bet you this bowl is kind of obscuring the jack and you can't see where it is. It really is, can be unsettling. All right, see what Inger's got here. It's giving it a good look. This is a good look here. Look at this. Oh, nice bowl. Cut it to 1. That was probably a good shot weight. They're going to have a look. All right, let's see what, I mean, they're just 1 down. Or rather, my mistake. Holding. Yeah, no, they're one down. They're one down. No, my mistake again. Yeah, there it is. Now that Jane's moved out of the way, it's Jane's ball that's in for one. Not sure what Tarina was trying. I think they were just trying to draw again, but she kind of threw the same ball twice. So here's an interesting one. What Inger's last ball is. So they're just down the one. Well, these two balls are pretty close to each other, including this one being the shot. They do have this ball right here. So I'm thinking you can play this hand and play it with a couple yards of weight. And you're trying to hit into the orange ball, which will hit into the blue ball. The blue ball will go out. The orange ball should stay. And then maybe you get a little jack movement to trickle it back here. But with one down, this is going to be a really difficult draw. So I think you're trying to play a couple yards of weight. And Inger is not far away here. Oh man, and she that's one way to do it. Oh wow, that's a pretty good ball by Inger. I think she had the right weight. So one more for Benson and Robbins. They'll go up 9-6. Hell of a shot there. Just kind of hit the inside half of that ball and just kind of promoted it clean around instead and just tipped it up. That worked out great for them. All right, 2 ends to go in this one. Benson, Robbins 9, Hall, Blair 6. Up and back in this third game. All the games are 10 ends. My hope is that we'll get the final and get the championship game in the last one. To whenever. That's the plan, boss. All right, here's Joan with the Dalmatian Bulls. Not a bad opener. 4 feet through. All right, see if Jane can get one in here. Pretty good ball by Jane. That's really nice. Foot at most short. Nice try by Joan. Interesting thought. Just maybe with the angle, she thought it would be better to switch hands on it. She's nice and positive. I think Jane could probably just do the same thing again. Definitely no shorter. Doesn't want to be any shorter here. And she can afford to slip by it. She can push her own. She's going to push her own. A little unlucky. I mean, a good ball, a little unlucky on the result because now it's opened it up for Joan to kind of play a three-way jack or bull shot. I mean, Joan's got all the position and she got either 2 balls or the jack she could hit. And she played good weight, just kind of missed the line. Jane really needs to, I think it would serve her well to have something kind of blocking this, come around. I mean, she could get a counter right in here. You know, just add a yard, put one right in here. That'd be pretty good. She could come into and kind of turn things over. Yeah, that's a pretty good home there. Don't mind that. 3 good balls by Jane. So holding 3 down on the board and holding 3. Alright, so should be Inger up. So Inger's been kind of, had pretty good weight control. I think she'd probably be wanting to just kind of draw here and just either come off the inside of that, and just trying to cut it to 1, I think, is probably her plan. Yeah, she might have been trying the jack or bull shot. Anything with it's a little heavier than what she's normally done. All right, so there's Doreen. Again, I think she wants to be working in here. That's a nice ball by Doreen. Yeah, it's a good spot. Doreen's really been feeling it the last few ends. That's at least 3, maybe 4 now. I wonder if Inger's going to keep the weight and try and do the drag, but more likely she's more the type to just kind of take the weight off. Oh, she's again heavy. Again, if she can get the jack back in here, it's a home run. In the game, pretty much effectively, with 2 ends to go. But she's got 1 more left to give it a shot. And it stands right now, Doreen and Jane to take the lead. Well, we don't want to move this jack here, Doreen. It's a little dicey. Don't know if that's an account. Joan's given Inger some advice. It's probably the cut down to 1 would probably be good. Joan seems to like it. It's got to get all the way here. It's going to be all the way here. Pretty close. I guess it's 2. Yeah. It's going to make her an interesting finish now. So, as Doreen coming around, she does not want jack movement because she's got danger behind here. Oh, that's her. She could get jack movement. My mistake. Inside half of the orange is good. Look at that shot. She could have played that without fear, because I forgot these 2 balls were hers. So she had everything kind of in this little zone in here. So there are 3 there already that they've taken out, and they're going to measure for 4. So at the very least, it's tied going home. Three and a measure for 4 here. Wow. Four it is, and they take the lead. What a comeback. Up 10-9 now. Spotted a 5 in the first end, and now they've got the lead going home. All right, here we go. Last end, barn burner finish. After spotting 5-0, down 5-0 after 1, 7-0 after 3, they've come all the way back and they're up 10-9 going home. And both of these players have really turned it on and played really well. Nice bull by Jane again. All right, here's Joan. Really should be just a jack or bull shot, playing it nice and positive, which that's a nice draw. Again, adding a yard, and that's perfect, and it's right through to there. All right, Jane wanting to do the same thing. Let's see if Jane can do it again. Really nice and positive is good. Oop, interference, wrong bias on the rink over. Jane had a good bull there. That's what you want. A good position again, because that play is really a jack or bull shot here, and now she's put one in the receiving zone. But it's still the shot for Joan. Little down, I mean, again, you're down. You got to be up, and Joan was short. Didn't want to do that. Jane can afford to now. She can play this shot and play jack or bull. She can move the jack back in here. I mean, if the jack's here, then that's really a trouble for Inger and Joan if she can manage to move that jack back. Jane should just go ahead and just keep playing nice and positive all the way through. I mean, Doreen's wishing it softly, and I don't think so. You don't need to. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Front toucher, beautiful shot. Exactly what you wanted there. It's now because now it just takes, these two bulls are now useless just from that one shot. Which is why you want to play through, be behind, be through. This is good by Joan though. Yeah, nice recovery there. That's good. But again, with that, I mean, the Jane was just absolute stunner of a bull, that last one. And picked a good time for it. And I try and stress when we do these broadcasts how nice it is to have bulls that are behind. I mean, imagine how different things would be if these two were here instead. If they had those bulls, then it'd be a totally different ball game for Inger. Now she'd have two back bulls that she could make use of. She could play this kind of shot and kind of come through, and have catchers and everything waiting. Now all those are short. So Doreen's got two very nice bulls that she could use. She just really doesn't want to help them. No need to push any of these up. She can really play whatever he wants to, but I think anything back in here is okay. And she doesn't even really have to worry about moving the jack. She just doesn't want to move the bulls. This is very nice by Doreen here. Wow, that's just another stunner of a bull. They've just found another gear. These last, they spotted in the first three ends, and after that, especially after the last 3 or 4 ends, Doreen just seemed to be like she was just blazing through the head, and then she just found it. And then at the same time, Jane just had her draw, which was good, went from good to great. I mean, Inger's been playing pretty solidly herself, but she just, has this kind of head that what are you going to do here? She's 3 down and has got to hit something perfect. And she's just a kind of a pure draw bowler. And just hasn't been getting a lot of draws that she could make. Yeah, again, I mean, nice try, but I mean, that's, you're 3 down and you're coming up a foot short. She should be, kind of, now is not the time to say when. She really needs something in here. Doreen could just draw again if she wants to. Main thing is not to push any of those other bulls up. Don't help them. And this is okay. I mean, it's a bit of a blank. Yeah, Joan's saying to Jenna draw. I don't know. There's something to be said for just kind of coming with weight in here, trying to push this bull up into the head. I mean, maybe she's thinking the pure draw right between these two balls, getting to the jack. Inger can do it. And just can't she do it now? I mean, that's a tough window. That's a really tight window to try and get into. And now she's a yard short. Or if you come with weight on the first couple, then maybe you stir things up and you got a chance on your next one. If I were Doreen, I would stay the hell away from the head. Something back in here is fine. Don't give him a winger. Yeah, it's probably okay. All right, well, last bowl of the match. And right now, Jane and Doreen are holding 3. Inger needs to, she's going to try and draw. She needs to try and draw, get the point for the tie. It's got to slip this front white one or push hard enough to get in. No, just kind of flick the side of it. What a comeback for Hall and Blair. I think it's going to be 3. Yeah, 3 it is. 7 points in the last 2 ends. Amazing. So 13-9 victory for Doreen Hall and Jane Blair over Inger Benson and Joan Robbins. So again, they're waiting for all the other matches to finish. Probably be about 15 to 20 minutes. And then hopefully we'll have the championship map for you.